Good evening and welcome to One-on-One. Michal Ansky is Israel's Master Chef Judge, holds a Master's in Gastronomic Science from the Slow Food University of Gastronomic Science in Italy, and is the founder of several farmers markets across Israel. Good evening. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
So, what is the question that you hate when people ask
Seriously?
you? Yeah. That you hate when people ask
How
you?
do you eat so much and you stay so skinny? I wore an oversized jacket.
Oversized jacket.
I can't take it anymore. I'm starting
really?
to have like a serious problem with
because
food.
in your show you just continue to
Eat.
each and every day. Just
Also
you don't
outside
stop.
of my show.
And outside of your
Yeah.
show.
Most of the day I
Good
eat.
genes.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you,
So, well, definitely good. Thank you, Mommy. This is what I think for each and every day. About Israeli food, and people don't know that there is an Israeli food, although people are saying, what is an Israeli food? Because a lot of people, a lot of cultures, a lot of religions came to this small land and brought so many colorful, tasteful...
Exactly. What I usually say is Israeli food is what Israelis are making in their houses. But there's more to that, because basically, for me, Israeli food is a very authentic Jewish food. We come from different places. We have very, very old techniques of cooking techniques of very talented women that didn't have any other thing to do in their houses many years ago and really excelled in techniques of making beautiful food from Northern Africa and from all the Ashkenaz, Western Europe, and all
Western Europe.
And Western Europe, Eastern Europe, so many different techniques and cultures with the Israeli technology and with the produce that we have here, which is amazing. I traveled the world, everywhere I went, I never saw produce like we have here in Israel.
Really?
Fruit, vegetables, herbs, honey, goat cheese, olive oil, absolutely amazing. And the combination of the two makes the most interesting place to eat at the moment. We're a hit. People from, foodies and people from the food community and the culinary community come here to see what happened in the past 20 years. It's amazing.
When my mom cooks, she says, if you don't feel it, you will see it in the food. You will taste it in the food.
Yeah.
If you don't have the passion when you're cooking, you will taste that it's tasteless.
It's even more than passion. It's identity, because we care. We move forward the genes of our family, of our community, of our religion, of the places that our ancestors came from through the food that we eat. We sit at a Shabbat dinner or whatever holiday or festive, it depends where you come from, and you sit and you look at your family eye to eye, shoulder to shoulder. You sit down and you eat your memories. You eat whatever your parents and grandparents ate many, many years ago. And it's really important, I care that my daughter will eat the food that my grandmother is making. And it's hard to make my grandmother's chicken soup. Speaking about techniques.
Do you I know that you're gastronomic, but you're gastronom, but do you cook?
Of course I cook.
Yeah?
Daily.
What do you cook?
At home?
Yeah.
Last thing I made was like a quiche of asparagus and goat cheese, and another quiche I was supposed to make burakitas, which is like dumplings of short dough with burned aubergine and feta cheese, but I was too lazy.
Okay.
So I just made a pie and made all the feta and inside it, and it came out great. But I cook for my family. I cook when I'm cooking, when I'm doing demonstrations, when I'm traveling the world and explaining about Israeli food and Jewish food in general. And I think there's a lot of trends going on.
You're talking about trends, and it became like a trend that everyone wants to cook. Everyone
Yeah.
either knows how to cook, either doesn't know, or wants to cook,
Yeah.
or how come?
Usually I hear that people watch MasterChef and they finish a box of cereals.
Yeah, this is what happens to me. It's like I start drooling in
Yeah.
front of the screen, and
It's a passion. It's something that we love doing. It's something people don't go to restaurants anymore because they need to eat because they're hungry. It's a show. There's something about food that melts everyone's hearts, that define a place that we live in, that define the season that we are in. You know, now it's the end of the summer and the chili is so spicy and there's new things coming around and it's exciting. You know, I go to my market. I own the indoor market in the Tel Aviv port. It's called
Tel Aviv
Shuk Namal, and I never decide before what I'm gonna make. I just walk between the stalls. I see what looks good. I take it. I smell it. I taste it. I go home. I run home and I cook it. So there's a lot of passion involved. So everyone is passionate in here.
You know, if I will give you like 3 things, what it makes you remember. So for example, goat cheese, because you mentioned goat cheese and you
Yeah.
mentioned honey and you
Yeah.
mentioned herbs.
Exactly.
So when you see honey, what the first thing that pops up in your mind?
Honey, my grandmother, when she taught me that she went inside the cheder in the Carpathian Mountain, and her teacher drew letters in Hebrew with honey, and they were supposed to lick it from the wall.
Wow, goat cheese.
Goat cheese. When I was in Greece, I'm living Israel. I'm a strong Zionist, but when I was in Greece, in Crete, during my studies, we had goat cheese that was so fresh, and it was warm, and I was so hungry, and I really ate a lot. Like I ate too much.
You
and
ate
then
too
I
much?
couldn't eat goat cheese for a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But now I feel better.
Herbs?
Herbs, my garden.
Your garden.
But now I'm living in a house. But before I lived in an apartment, and you don't have to have an outdoor garden to grow herbs. You can cook it in your bathroom, in your window kitchen. All you need is sun, and it's really nice. The more you trim it, the more it grows, and it's fun to cook from the things that you grow yourself.
You know, you speak about it with so much passion. I believe your parents are really proud of you.
You think?
I think so.
I
think
hope so.
Because you're coming from, again, a lot of cultures in your house, and you decided to.
Yeah. You know,
Not my daughter will be a doctor.
my
daughter is going
grandfather-
to.
Actually, not a lot of people know that. My grandfather, he's not with us anymore, was the founder of the Israeli quiz of Meisat Chidon Tanakh, the Israeli quiz of the Bible.
The Bible.
And the Association of Researching the Bible, Chevra Lecheker HaMikra. And he's one of the founder of Yad Vashem. And he was a professor. He was the teacher of Ben Gurion of the Bible and of Begin. And he came from the academia, so do I. And I feel, in a way, that I'm continuing his way, because now I'm working a lot and dealing with the kosher kitchen. I'm gonna open a kosher market in New York.
Really?
Soon. Yes. And I think, and in New York, kosher is the hottest trend because it's not, you know, also for religious people, but it's considered to be more healthy, more clean, more safe.
Is it tastier?
It's safer. Kosher food is there, you know. It's like, it's Jewish food. It could be couscous, and it could be chaimen, it could be pat kaprao, which is Thai.
Yes.
But the ingredients that you work with, if they're good, if it's good produce, the dish would be amazing. I think our challenge as people that works in the kitchen is to be very gentle with our hands, because nature does 90% of the work, and we only have to do very little to put things together and not destroy it.
Give me your biggest dream.
I have so many dreams. This is what I do best. I dream, and I really concentrate of making things happen. I want everyone to understand that Israel is not only a place of wars and of conflict. There's people who are very passionate about their life. There's wonderful agriculture here.
And you're the best representative for it, I think. Our best representative. Michal Ansky, thank you very much for coming to the studio. And thank you, our viewers, for being with us tonight. Tomorrow we will be here at the same time, same place from the Jeff Report Israel. Have peace. Have a great night.